Movie from 1994 is one of the most well-known Little Women adaptations. There are probably more people in the planet who have seen this film but have not read the books. Winona Ryder, who plays Jo, has great chemistry with both Christian Bale, who plays Laurie, and Gabriel Byrne, who plays Friedrich. In an interview, Robin Swickert, who was one of the scriptwriters of the 1994 film, was asked about the sudden change in Amy's character, and she replied, "It is not until we get rid of the bitch-naming culture we can achieve equality." I do agree with this statement, and I know movies always have time restrictions, but the 1994 film does not do many favors for Amy's character, because once again Amy's character arc and Laurie's character arc are completely missing. The film heavily idolizes Jo and romanticizes Jo and Laurie. When Laurie proposes, he kisses Jo, and some people call this as a triple kiss. But in the novel, Jo and Laurie don't kiss, and Jo is actually really annoyed that he is interested in her, which is why she travels to New York. 1994 Laurie doesn't have a temper, so when Winona Ryder's Jo says they would kill each other if they would marry, it is hard to believe that because he doesn't have a temper. Exact same happens in Greta Gerwig's film. Laurie doesn't have a temper. Dialogue of the proposal is completely different than in the book. In the 1994 film, in the proposal scene, Laurie has taken a job from his grandfather from London so that he and Jo could move there. The book, Laurie is not at all interested from having a job, and the main reason he is proposing Jo is that Jo could keep telling him what to do with his life. In the book, it was Friedrich who had taken a job from another state so that he could provide a home and a future for Jo. This part is missing from every single film version. Do I sound mad? I am mad. It's not in the 1994 film, it's not in the 2017 series, it's not in the 2019 film. And these people say that they have read the book. In the 1994 film, there is a scene where Laurie promises to kiss Amy when she is grown up, because Beth is ill and Amy, who is 13 at the time, is afraid that she is going to die as well. There are people who like this scene and believe that it actually foreshadows Amy and Laurie romance. Then there are people who think that it is creepy because Christian Bale is, quote, so old, and he promises to kiss 13-year-old Kirsten Dunst. Christian Bale was 19 when he played Laurie, and an interesting but not very relevant fact, at the time he was dating Samantha Mathis, who played the adult Amy in the movie. If he would actually kiss young Amy, then I would be worried, but people really need to learn to understand the context, since nothing physical happens between them. I read that Kirsten actually had a crush on Christian Bale, so maybe she would not have minded if he had actually kissed her. The scene where Laurie says he has always meant to marry a March girl has made many to believe that Amy is some kind of a second prize, but he doesn't say anything like that in the books. In the 1994 film, Jo writes to Laurie after Beth's death and asks him to come back to Concord. Jo does not do this in the book. In a way, the same happens in the 2019 book. Because Laurie doesn't have a character arc, it gives an impression that he only moves on from Jo to Amy. To listen to the full episode Amy and Laurie Romance versus filmmakers Jo and Laurie Obsession, the link is in the end screen and in the description. What amazes me the most is that every adaptation between 1933 and 2019, they all give Jo and Laurie's conflicts to either Jo and Fritz or Amy and Laurie. And since Laurie is based on somebody who Alcott rejected, and Fritz to somebody who she loved, it feels very condescending. Thank you for listening. Take care and make good choices. Bye.